Hey guys, it's Hannah. This is Peter and this is Angel, and today we're going to be doing a spooky video. So I'm going to be reading some scary stories and some conspiracy theories. And Peter, what the fuck?
Dude, do you guys see this?
Okay, well Peter is literally one of the biggest skeptics I know. Every time I try to tell him about a conspiracy theory, he has something negative to say about it. So this is going to be fun. And Angel is generally uninterested in everything. So. Have you heard of Mandel Effects?
I'm pretty sure.
Have you,
Yeah.
Peter? How do you feel about those?
I feel like time travel is real, and it could work.
Oh, I guess that does have time travel.
She doesn't. Angel, do you know what it means?
What?
You know what the Mandela effect means, or what happens?
I think I'm thinking of something else.
Okay, well Hannah's gonna explain.
Were you raising your hand?
No.
For those of you that don't know, Mandela Effects are slight changes in our reality that people think are due to the fact that we're living in a parallel universe, potentially because of time travel or something like that. If you want to see an actual video about what Mandela Effects are, look that up. I'm not going to go into too much detail. The biggest one was that Nelson Mandela actually died in prison. And really, he died in 2013. And there were so many people who remembered watching it on the news. And, this is hundreds, thousands of people.
I couldn't tell you. It's not true. I don't remember it, so it's not an effect. Next.
Okay, so here's 20 examples of Mandela effects that'll make you believe that you're in a parallel universe. So, do you guys know Oscar Mayer?
Yes.
Yeah?
I mean, I guess.
How do you spell it?
I don't. Oscar.
How do you spell Meyer?
Meyer. Right? Would that be it?
It isn't spelled that way, apparently. Apparently it's Mayer. Oscar Mayer.
No way. That's
Look.
made up.
That's what it was. That's what we think it is. This is the real logo.
Okay, next.
Okay, you know what that show about sex? Where there's literally sex in the title? What's that show?
Sex in the City.
What is it?
Sex in the City.
Sex in the City?
Yes.
Do you agree?
Or is it and the city?
It's Sex and the City.
Actually, no, that makes sense.
Why?
That makes a lot. Sex in the City. Sex in the City.
There's literally actual products that they sell that says Sex in the City.
Okay, what's the point of this?
It's just
it's like
it's
we're
supposed to blow your mind,
Yeah, because these subtle changes are because maybe someone time traveled, and you know how there's
Yeah.
Have you ever
little
seen The
effects
Flash?
to it.
Yep.
It's like that, where he created the Flashpoint.
This is making me uninterested.
Why?
Because it's not interesting to me. It's not really spooky.
So you know the Monopoly guy?
Yeah.
How would you describe him?
He is the guy in a suit with a hat with the little stick.
Does he have one eye?
Oh yeah, he might have that one
Glasses thing?
eyeglass thing.
Nope, there's no monocle there.
What?
But everybody thinks. See,
What?
look, that's what people think it is. But there was he never had a monocle on.
I swear he had
That's
a monocle.
bullshit, dude.
Look.
Or did they just edit their design?
No, because people have what they do is when they think, oh, maybe they just changed their logo, then they'll go back and then a lot of them have even reached out to the company, or the company has come out and said no, he never had one. Do you remember the book about the family of bears?
Berenstain
And the
Bears?
Porters?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you spell that?
I don't know.
Is
Okay,
it B-A-R-E or B-E-A-R?
No, Baron, and then the end of it. How do you spell that?
Stein?
Yeah.
S-T-E-I-N?
Nope. It's been Baron S-T-A-I-N. Berenstain.
What?
Well, okay, they put a blank there because they didn't want you to know. Berenstain.
Okay. I don't remember this. I need to look
Next.
up a book.
I think this is just
so
a
far-
test of how stupid we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Peterson.
What?
You know Forrest Gump. That's your favorite movie.
Yeah,
You know the box of chocolates line?
yeah.
What is it?
Life's like a box of chocolate.
Life's like a box of chocolate?
Life's a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, but in the movie, apparently it says life was like a box of chocolate. It was never is, and that doesn't make sense. It's because we're living in a parallel universe. Or we just remember things the way we want to.
I'm still not sold on this.
You'll never be. You know the movie Snow White,
Yeah.
when she's talking to the mirror? What's the line?
Mirror, mirror. Wait. Is that the question, or am I thinking about someone else?
Yes. Who's the fairest of them
Yeah.
all? What is it?
Mirror, mirror, who's the fairest of them all?
Well, it's mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Apparently, she says magic mirror. Not mirror, mirror, magic mirror. And there's like quotes of her saying it, and she never said mirror, mirror on the wall.
I feel like this is like, since it's movie stuff, it's not like, it can be changed. Because you don't forget, you don't remember it like exactly where it's
Yeah,
from.
like you kind of remember it how it would make the most sense. So then.
Or the ones that you just hear often, or the most popular.
Oh yeah, we didn't show the spooky balloons.
Okay, continue your story.
I paid way too much money for these balloons.
One
not
day
show
I'm
them.
inflate, right?
Alright, I'm gonna look up some scary stories because conspiracy theories just aren't
Because, yeah,
fun.
that's boring. Boy, you gotta get me spooked. Don't you should just...
This one's called the cell phone,
Okay.
as you're on your cell
Sounds-
phone.
Sounds
Spooky.
interesting.
Okay. A couple months ago, my friend's cousin, a single mother, bought a new cell phone. After a long day of work, she came home, placed her phone on the counter, and went to watch TV. Her son came to her and asked if he could play with her new phone. She told him not to call anyone or mess with text messages, and he agreed. Around 11:20, she was drowsy, so she decided to tuck her son in and go to bed. She walked in his room and saw that he wasn't there.
She's coming.
Then she ran over to her room to find him sleeping on her bed with the phone in his hand. Relieved, she picked her phone back up from his hand to inspect it. Browsing through it, she noticed only minor changes such as new background, banner, etc.
How
But
old
then
is this kid?
I don't know. Old enough? He's probably like 2.
Honestly, generation today can
Yeah, you're
do
right.
stuff with phones.
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay. But then she opened up her saved pictures. She began deleting the pictures he had taken until only new.
Can I guess what happens? There's a photo
Yes.
of her son in bed.
Oh shit, that.
Dude, you spooked me. I didn't even read it yet. Okay, wait. I'm scared. I don't want to like spoil it for myself. Okay, so she began deleting the pictures he had taken until only one new picture remained. When she first saw it, she was in disbelief. It was her son sleeping on her bed.
Yeah.
Do it.
But the picture was taken by someone else above him, and it showed only the left half of an elderly woman's face.
Called it.
You did call it. That was spooky, though.
Wait, is this a true story?
Peter, you're distracting
I
me.
don't like
feel
these.
like-
Go next one.
I feel like I can call most of these because I've like...
It's called Ghost Bro.
Okay.
Sounds lit already. Okay.
The name.
My house was built in 1904. It's a single-family home, wood frame setting on a concrete block foundation. I've been living here for about 12 years. Of all the weird things that me and my siblings have seen or heard in this house, this one event is my favorite. This happened to my brother. About 10 years ago, my brother and his best friends had started a garage band playing mostly Spanish rock. Alternative music, but in Spanish. That's pretty cool. His friends could only get together on Sunday afternoons. They would practice early in the evening, call it quits by 8 p.m. This is the time went to bed, worked graveyard shift, whatever. Okay. This happened in late fall, so the days were getting shorter. They just finished a long session when the decided to head to someone else's house.
The?
Came about. Oh my god. I thought it said decided, but it says decision. When the decision to head to someone else's house came about, my brother handed his key. Dyslexia though. My brother handed his car keys to his buddy so they could load up the equipment. Everybody had filed out of the basement, but the tricky part was that they needed to walk all the way to the back of the basement, up the back stairs, through the kitchen doorway, down the hall in the living room, and out the front porch. Everybody was outside sitting in my brother's truck waiting for him. My brother was walking up the back stairs when he remembered that he had left his pancakes in a to-go container sitting on the speaker in the basement. He made the decision to go back.
Wait, can I call something?
Yes.
One of the instruments we're playing, or something like that.
Alright, we'll see. You're just gonna be like
Or the
our...
pancakes are eaten.
I was thinking
That's
that.
the real horror here.
That was...
Tough pancakes.
Oh, that's a true horror.
Fuck you, Peterson.
To you, though. To me, I'd be fine.
Okay, he made the decision to go back. Now, the basement's not clean with full sight lines. There had been partitions made, and the boiler of the main heating unit are right smack in the middle. So after my brother walks back, he's about to retrieve his food container when out of the corner of the eye he sees it. It is a shadowy figure right at his peripheral vision. This feeling of dread and uneasiness washed over my brother. We had been taught that if you were in the presence of a spirit or ghost, you felt a bad vibe. To say a quick prayer or to cuss at it.
Why would you
Those
cuss
are two
at it?
very similar options.
But why would you cuss at it? Wouldn't that just aggravate them if they're real? That's the thing.
My brother chose the latter and basically told it, hey, fuck you, I don't have time for this shit. Like, why is that your first thought? To just say whatever the fuck he just said.
I mean, he has balls.
My brother started to walk to the back of the basement and briskly up the stairs, closing doors, turning off the lights as he walked out. The last light switch is on the opposite side of the front door. Luckily, the door was open and the light came from the street lamp was flooding into the living room with its amber light. My brother said he felt something at his back. I would not turn around, but at no point did he turn around. Good for him. As he flipped the last switch, the living room went dark, as did the rest of the house. As he stepped out, he pulled on the door, closing it behind him. Still holding his food container in one hand, he jogged down the few porch steps. He walked towards the front gate. Our house resides on the far from Main Street, essentially having a large front yard but no rear garage. I don't care. As he closed the gap between himself and his friend-laden truck, he kind of smiled and thought things over in his head, mad at himself for spooking out when there was really no reason. He climbed into the driver's side of the truck, putting on his seatbelt and getting ready to pull out of the parking spot directly in front of the house, when one of his friends asked, "Hey, wait, what about your brother? Isn't he coming with us?" My brother answered, "What do you mean?" "He went to work earlier tonight. He's already gone. Do you see his car somewhere?" The next question they asked, "So who was walking behind you when you were leaving the house?"
Man, I'm confused.
There's another brother.
Yeah, no, because the brother was telling the story about his brother. The dude was telling a story about his brother. His brother was leaving the house, and his friends asked if his brother was, like, the guy who was telling the story.
You know, that's just a lot of confusion right there. Like, the guy should just say it himself. Like,
yeah, like it was
story.
me.
Like, yeah, like, that would make no sense. Whatever. That one just made no sense to me right there.
The following. My older sister has a ghost that's followed her around for years. I lived with her once for about 3 months, and so much weird stuff happened in that time. All my sister would say to me when I mentioned it was that her ghost didn't like me being there. Things like going to bed with everything locked up and switching off, and waking up in the morning with the back door open, lights on, and the kettle switched on. One night, my sister and I were getting ready to go out, and I'd asked to borrow her liquid foundation, okay? I used it and put it back where she kept her makeup. 10 minutes later, she's asking me for it, and it was nowhere to be seen. She accused me of taking it and made me buy her a new one, refusing to listen to my side of the story. About a year or so later, when she was packing to move to the new house, she found the makeup in a shoebox with some old letters. The shoebox was a zipped-up suitcase. Huh? Oh, the shoebox was in a zipped-up suitcase that was underneath her bed. But probably the most scared I've ever felt was one afternoon when I was the only one in the house, which never happened as 4 other people lived there. I'd arrived home from work and headed straight for the bathroom. Same. I feel that. Okay, all the doors and windows, etc. were closed. I was standing in the bathroom, and I started squeezing a pimple on my chin when a female voice in the hallway said, "Stop picking your zits." I need that kind of ghost in my life. It was loud enough and sounded real enough at the time that I thought it was my sister, so I laughed and told her to fuck off and asked what she was doing for dinner. No answer. I stuck my head out in the hallway. No one there. I searched the house top and bottom, and there was no one home. I sat out on the front porch until someone else got home because I didn't want to be there alone. That was all.
Spooky.
I thought there was going to be more.
Yeah.
I thought that was just like a...
You know, these stories aren't necessarily scaring me.
No.
Hey, which one was your guys' favorite?
Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments which story or conspiracy theory was your favorite. And if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and comment if you would like me to do another video like this. Turn that notification bell on and also subscribe. And thank you so much to Peter for being here and being skepticist.
Always skepticism.
Wait, don't just leave.
People might